Ever pondered on the origins of Bitcoin and how it's revolutionizing our global economy? The tale of Bitcoin is a fascinating journey that allows us to delve into the technological genius and revolutionary ideas behind the world's first decentralized digital currency. It is a story that unfolds in the year 2009, a time when the world stood on the brink of a digital revolution. The central character of this narrative is a mysterious figure, or perhaps a group collectively known as Satoshi Nakamoto. Satoshi Nakamoto, a name that still reverberates through the hallways of the digital world, is a pseudonym. The true identity or identities behind it remain a mystery even after a decade. The world knows Satoshi as the ingenious mind that gave birth to the concept of Bitcoin. But who is Satoshi? Try as we might, no one has yet been able to unravel this intriguing riddle, making it one of the most captivating mysteries of the digital age. The inception of Bitcoin, this groundbreaking digital currency, began with the release of a document. It was not just any document, but a meticulously crafted technical 9-page white paper titled Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. This was the first time the world got introduced to the term Bitcoin. The white paper held within its pages the blueprint of a system that would forever change how we perceive and conduct financial transactions. Satoshi had designed a system where financial operations could occur directly between the parties involved. This was a stark departure from the traditional way of conducting business transactions that always required a central authority or a middleman. Satoshi's vision was radical, to say the least. It was a concept that challenged and beckoned a new era in the world of finance. The idea of a decentralized financial system that could operate on a global scale was unheard of. It was a concept that seemed too advanced, too far-fetched for its time. People were skeptical, and rightly so. The world was not ready for such a drastic shift in paradigm. But Satoshi was unfazed by the skepticism. He believed in the potential of his creation. He knew that Bitcoin could serve as a catalyst for change, ushering in a new age of financial freedom and autonomy. Satoshi understood the flaws of the contemporary financial system, and he sought to rectify them. He envisioned a world where money could be transferred across borders without the interference of any governing body. A world where people had full control over their assets. This audacious idea, however, did not gain immediate acceptance. It took time for the world to warm up to the concept of Bitcoin. But, as they say, Rome wasn't built in a day. Bitcoin had to face numerous challenges before it could secure the position it holds in the present world. It was a radical idea, a vision for a decentralized financial system that could operate on a global scale. This incredible journey from an ingenious concept to a globally recognized digital currency forms the crux of the Bitcoin story. Satoshi Nakamoto's vision has indeed transformed our global economy, making us question and rethink our traditional financial systems. The world now stands on the cusp of a digital revolution, all thanks to the advent of Bitcoin, the world's first decentralized digital currency. And Bitcoin didn't just appear overnight. It has a fascinating history that has shaped its current form. The emergence of Bitcoin is a tale that is wrapped in multiple layers of intrigue, innovation, and revolution. To fully appreciate it, we must journey back in time to the year 2009. Imagine, the world was recovering from the aftershocks of the global financial crisis. Financial institutions that were once seen as unshakable bedrocks of the economy had crumbled, and the faith in traditional systems of finance was severely shaken. In this volatile environment, a new form of currency was born, one that challenged the norms and presented an alternative to the status quo. This was Bitcoin. Bitcoin's inception is credited to a mysterious figure known only as Satoshi Nakamoto. Nakamoto, whose real identity remains unknown, introduced Bitcoin as a decentralized digital currency that would operate beyond the control of any state or government. The concept was revolutionary, but Bitcoin was initially met with skepticism. It was a fringe interest, a virtual plaything that only appealed to a small group of cypherpunks and technology enthusiasts. These early adopters, however, saw the potential of Bitcoin. They were intrigued by the idea of a currency that was not bound by geographical borders or subject to the whims of political leaders. They saw Bitcoin as more just a currency. It was a symbol of resistance, a tool for financial sovereignty. The first real-world transaction using Bitcoin took place in 2010, and it's a story that has since become the stuff of legend in the crypto world. A programmer named Laszlo Hanyecz made history when he exchanged 10,000 Bitcoins for 2 pizzas. Yes, you heard that right. 10,000 Bitcoins, today worth millions of dollars, were exchanged for 2 pizzas. This transaction marked the first time Bitcoin had a real-world value and set the stage for its future trajectory. From this point, Bitcoin began to gain traction. Early adopters started mining the currency, setting up powerful computers to solve complex mathematical problems and earn Bitcoins as a reward. Online exchanges began to appear, providing platforms for people to buy and sell Bitcoin using traditional money. With these developments, Bitcoin slowly began to penetrate the mainstream. The year 2011 witnessed the creation of the first Bitcoin faucet, a website where people could get free Bitcoins. This was an initiative to increase adoption and spread the word about Bitcoin. Around the same time, other cryptocurrencies began to emerge, drawing inspiration from Bitcoin's success. This marked the beginning of what we now know as the cryptocurrency boom. As the years rolled by, Bitcoin continued to grow, both in value and acceptance. It faced numerous challenges, including regulatory hurdles, security issues, and widespread skepticism. But each challenge only served to strengthen Bitcoin's resilience and solidify its place in the financial landscape. One of the most significant milestones in Bitcoin's history came in 2013 when it reached parity with the US dollar. This achievement was a testament to Bitcoin's growing influence. It marked the point where Bitcoin was no longer just a theoretical idea, but a viable alternative to traditional currency. People were starting to take notice, and Bitcoin was starting to matter. Today, Bitcoin continues to make waves. Its journey from a fringe interest to a global phenomenon has been nothing of extraordinary. It has sparked a financial revolution and given birth to an entirely new industry. But despite its success, Bitcoin remains a mystery to many. It's a complex, ever-evolving entity that continues to challenge our understanding of money and finance. But one thing is clear: Bitcoin has left an indelible mark on the world, and its story is far from over. In 2013, Bitcoin reached parity with the US dollar. This was a significant milestone as it marked the point where Bitcoin was not just a theoretical idea, but a viable alternative to traditional currency. But how does Bitcoin work? What makes it so unique and valuable? These are the questions we'll delve into in this segment in an attempt to decode the mystery that surrounds the mechanics of Bitcoin. First, we need to understand the underlying technology that powers Bitcoin, the blockchain. A blockchain, to put it simply, is a type of database. However, unlike the traditional types of databases stored in one centralized location, the data in a blockchain is spread across numerous computers in a network that is decentralized. This decentralization helps in ensuring the security and robustness of the data. Now, each unit of this database is referred to as a block, and within each block are numerous transactions. These blocks are all linked together, forming a chain, hence the term blockchain. Each block is like a digital ledger, and the blockchain is like an archive of these ledgers. The Bitcoin blockchain is public and records every single Bitcoin transaction that has ever been made. This level of transparency is one aspect that differentiates Bitcoin. All the transactions can be viewed by everyone, but the identities of those involved in the transactions are kept anonymous. You might be wondering who takes responsibility for verifying these transactions and adding them to the blockchain. This duty falls on what we refer to as Bitcoin miners. These miners are the ones who maintain the integrity of the Bitcoin network. They utilize powerful computers to solve complex mathematical problems to verify transactions, which they then add to the blockchain. As a reward for their services, miners are given newly minted Bitcoins. This is the process by which new Bitcoins are introduced into circulation. However, this process is not as easy as it may seem. The mathematical problems that miners are required to solve are designed to be time-consuming and challenging. This maintains the accuracy of transaction verification and safeguards the security of the Bitcoin network. Bear in mind, there is a cap on number of Bitcoins that can ever exist. That number is 21 million. This built-in scarcity is part of what gives Bitcoin its value. Unlike traditional currencies, which can be printed without limit by central banks, the total number of Bitcoins that will ever exist is finite. This digital scarcity is similar to the scarcity of precious metals like gold, which have long been used as a store of value. Cryptography is another key feature of Bitcoin. It uses cryptographic techniques to secure transactions and control the creation of new units. The cryptographic algorithms used by Bitcoin are considered virtually uncrackable due to their complexity, making Bitcoin extremely secure and resistant to fraud or hacking. Bitcoin is more than just a technological wonder. It is also an interesting economic experiment. By merging principles of computer science with principles economics, Bitcoin is redefining our concept of money. Bitcoin's decentralized nature means it's not controlled by any government or financial institution. Instead, it operates on consensus among its users. This makes Bitcoin a truly democratic form of currency, accessible to anyone with internet access. Moreover, the transparency and security offered by Bitcoin make it an appealing choice for people in countries with unstable economies or oppressive governments. It provides a method to store wealth that can't be easily seized or devalued. However, Bitcoin isn't without its challenges. Its reliance on energy-intensive mining has raised environmental concerns, and because it's still relatively new, it's subject to wild price fluctuations and regulatory uncertainty. Despite these challenges, the interest and investment in Bitcoin continue to grow. So you see, Bitcoin isn't just digital money. It's a whole new way of thinking about what money is and how it can work. It's a technological and economic revolution that's happening right our eyes. Through its unique blend of technology and economics, Bitcoin is redefining what we understand as money. Understanding these mechanics is key to appreciating the potential impact and significance of Bitcoin, not just as a digital asset, but as a catalyst for change in the world of finance and beyond. Bitcoin isn't just a digital currency, it's a global economic disruptor. Such a daring assertion, yet one that's increasingly fortified by palpable evidence from the real world. In this chapter, we would embark on an engaging and insightful exploration of how Bitcoin has created substantial ripples in various strata of global economic sphere, spanning from finance to retail to remittances. Let's begin by examining the financial sector. Traditional banking infrastructures have existed for numerous centuries, creating a standardized and regulated medium for conducting transactions. Nevertheless, the decentralized essence of Bitcoin, coupled with its lack of a central governing body, poses a monumental challenge to these long-existing financial structures. It's more than just offering the capability to carry out peer-to-peer transactions without the necessity for a financial intermediary. Bitcoin has brought in the innovative concept of a trustless system wherein transactions can be validated through cryptographic proof, circumventing the need to place trust in a central institution. This novel approach is compelling many within the financial sector to reevaluate their conventional models and adapt to the evolving landscape. Moving on from finance, let's discuss the retail industry. Bitcoin has made a substantial impact in the retail sector, presenting an alternative to traditional methods of payment. The advantages for retailers are manifest: reduced transaction fees, eradication of chargebacks, and accessibility to a global customer base. For consumers, it puts forth an additional payment option. For some, it presents a viable way to utilize their Bitcoin earnings. While we are still in the nascent stages of Bitcoin adoption, the fact that major retailers are beginning to accept Bitcoin as a form of payment signifies a major leap towards mainstream acceptance. Remittances represent another crucial sector where Bitcoin has made waves. These are funds sent home by migrant workers residing abroad, acting as a lifeline for numerous families in developing countries. Traditional remittance channels often come with exorbitant fees and sluggish transfer times. Bitcoin, with its borderless nature and low transaction costs, provides a more efficient and cost-effective alternative. However, the influence of Bitcoin extends far beyond these sectors. For instance, Bitcoin is empowering individuals in nations plagued with hyperinflation, where the local currency is depreciating at a swift pace. In such scenarios, Bitcoin offers a safer store of value. Furthermore, for people living in countries with severe capital controls, Bitcoin provides a lifeline, enabling them to tap into global markets and secure their wealth. Beyond its economic repercussions, Bitcoin is also challenging traditional power hierarchies. It's being used as a tool for fostering financial inclusivity, providing access to financial services for those who have been traditionally marginalized. It's also being utilized as a tool for preserving wealth in the face of economic instability or governmental mismanagement. Bitcoin is forcing us to rethink our understanding of money, value, and power, challenging the idea that money is something that should be controlled by governments and central banks. It's advancing a vision of a more decentralized, equitable financial system. However, it's important not to overlook the challenges that come with Bitcoin. The environmental implications of Bitcoin mining, the potential for misuse by criminals, and the extreme volatility of the Bitcoin are all issues that need to be tackled. Additionally, Bitcoin, being a disruptive force, is causing unease and resistance among those who are benefiting from the status quo. Traditional financial institutions, governments, and regulatory bodies also all are wrestling with the implications of this novel form of currency. Despite these challenges, it's evident that is having a significant impact on our global economy and society. It's a force reshaping our world, prompting us to question our pre-existing assumptions and pushing us novel ways of thinking and acting. Bitcoin's journey is far from over. It's a nascent technology, and we're only beginning to grasp its potential and its impact. Bitcoin is not just a digital currency, it's a global economic disruptor, a tool for empowerment and a challenge to traditional power structures. As we stride forward into an uncertain future, it becomes more and more crucial to keep a keen eye on Bitcoin and the broader cryptocurrency ecosystem. These technologies have the potential to reshape our world in ways we can't yet fully comprehend. They symbolize a new frontier in our understanding of money, value, and power. Bitcoin is not just shaping our economic landscape, but it's also challenging our perception of financial power and control, a journey that we're all part of, whether we consciously realize it or not. And it's a journey that's only just beginning. So what does the future hold for Bitcoin? Can it truly become a global reserve currency? These are questions that many of us grapple with as we ponder on the potential of this digital gold. As we delve into this fascinating world of cryptocurrency, let's start with predictions and educated guesses. Bitcoin's future. There is an incredibly wide spectrum of beliefs and theories surrounding this digital asset. Some see it as an imminent bubble on the verge of bursting, while others envision it as a formidable contender that could very well replace gold as the ultimate store of value. It's a fascinating debate that stirs up strong emotions on both sides. In one corner of this extensive arena, we have the skeptics. These individuals are often economists, experienced investors, and financial analysts who have spent their lives studying traditional financial systems. They regard Bitcoin with a lens of caution, pointing to its notorious volatility and lack of intrinsic value as the primary reasons for their concern. Their argument is simple: without any government backing or physical assets to support its value, Bitcoin is just a speculative asset that could implode at any moment. From their perspective, the absence of regulation and the decentralization of Bitcoin makes it a risky venture. They argue that trusting in a currency that is not backed by anything tangible is akin to gambling. When there's no safety net, the fall can be devastating. They caution that while Bitcoin may offer high returns, it comes with equally high risks. But is that all there is to this digital currency? Is it just a bubble waiting to burst, or could there be more to it? The other end of the spectrum presents a very different narrative. Here we find the Bitcoin enthusiasts, the crypto evangelists who see immense potential in the brave new world of digital currencies. These individuals, often tech-savvy investors, programmers, and millennials, are staunch believers in the power of technology and innovation. They believe in the strength of Bitcoin's decentralized nature. They argue that the lack of a central authority makes Bitcoin free from government interference and manipulation. They see value in Bitcoin's limited supply, comparing it to gold. They highlight the growing acceptance of across the globe, pointing to its increasing use in everyday transactions as a testament to its potential. The enthusiasts argue that as trust in traditional financial systems continues to erode, people will turn to Bitcoin as a safe haven. They predict a future where digital currencies rule, a future where Bitcoin is the global reserve currency. They argue that the digital revolution is just beginning and that Bitcoin is leading the charge. Where does the truth lie then? The truth, as is often the case, likely lies somewhere in between. Bitcoin's future, like that of any other investment, cannot be predicted with absolute certainty. It will be shaped by a myriad of factors, including technological advancements could either bolster its use or render it obsolete. It will be influenced by regulatory developments that could either support its growth or stifle it. It will be affected by shifts in public sentiment that could either increase its acceptance or undermine it. No matter what the future holds, it's safe to say that Bitcoin has irrevocably changed the way we money. It has introduced us to the concept of decentralized currencies and has challenged the traditional financial systems. Whether it becomes a global reserve currency or not, it has already made its mark in the financial world. Time will tell where it goes from here. So, what does the future hold for Bitcoin? Can it truly become a global reserve currency? These are questions that continue to intrigue us. As we march into the unknown, the potential of Bitcoin awaits to unfold. Bitcoin's future will be shaped by a number of factors, including technological advancements, regulatory developments, and shifts in public sentiment.